亲爱的老师，亲爱的朋友，在欧洲的朋友早上好，在亚洲时区的朋友下午好。
リアタイ日本の皆さん、おはようございます。こちらヨーロッパは今、おはようございますの時間なんですけれども、日本は今、こんにちはの時間ですね。
So welcome to our retreat in New Hamlet, for our retreat, the heart of inner healing. So, 欢迎大家来到我们的禅营疗愈之道。
ようこそニューハムレットのリトリート内なる癒しの道へ参加くださってどうもありがとうございます。
And now we're going to practice singing meditation before the Dharma talk. 现在我们会在开始之前休息唱歌禅。
法話の前に歌う瞑想の実践を皆さんと一緒に行いたいと思います。
And singing meditation in Plum Village is a practice which we use the music and the lyrics for us to be easily in touch with the present moment. 那么在梅村唱歌禅是一个透过音乐还有歌词，让我们更加容易去接触现在此刻的一个休息。
歌う瞑想は音楽や歌うことを通して私たち自身が今ここに揺るがずに存在することを助けてくれる一つの重要なプラクティスです。
So all the songs, please sing together with us. 那么所有的歌曲都请大家跟我们一起唱。
ぜひご一緒に歌をご自宅で私たちと歌ってみてください。
And since this retreat, we have around 1,000 participants with 100 Chinese speaking and 100 Japanese speaking friends. So we will sing all the songs in 3 languages. 我们在这个禅营，我们大约有1000多位朋友，有大约100多位说中文的朋友，100多位说日语的朋友，所以我们会用3种语言去唱所有的歌曲。
このリトリートには全体で1000人を超える方が参加されていて、中国からも100人を超え、日本からも100人を超える方が参加されていますので、3つの言葉で歌を歌います。英語と中国語、そして日本語と続きますので、どうぞ私たちの歌をフォローしてください。
And the first song that we are going to sing is I Have Arrived. And it's on the first song on your songbook, so you can sing with us. 那么我们第一首唱的歌是我已到了，已到家了，是我们在歌本里面的第一首歌曲，请大家跟我们一起唱。
最初の歌はソングシートのナンバー1 I have arrived 今ここに着いたを歌います。
I have arrived.
So thank you for singing with us. And the second song that we're going to sing is Breathing In, Breathing Out. 谢谢大家跟我们一起唱。而第二首我们会唱的歌是吸进来呼出去。
次の曲はソングシート2番目の Breathing In, Breathing Out です。
And in this song, we can also follow our breathing while we sing. 而这首歌我们可以在唱的时候跟随我们的呼吸。
この曲でも歌っている間、呼吸を意識してフォローするようにしてください。
You can follow the second song on your songbook. 你可以跟随你歌本的第二首歌。
2番目のソングシートの曲を見ながら一緒に歌いましょう。
And in this song, we have some movements. So we also invite everyone that you could follow our sisters to do the movements together. 而这首歌我们也有一些动作，你可以跟随法师们一起做跟随歌曲的动作。
この曲についている振り付けムーブメントを私たちを見て習って一緒にやってみてください。
Flower, I am fresh
Chinese? No, turn to the Chinese channel.
请现在要听中文翻译的朋友可以打开中文翻译的频道，谢谢。
なお今日本語のチャンネルに切り替えてください。
Dear respected Tay, dear noble community, and dear friends, we are very happy that you can join us in this retreat, The Art of Inner Healing. And we are so glad to know that over 1,000 participants from more than 50 countries are joining us, including 200 friends from India. Thank you for allowing us to accompany you in the journey of restoring peace, well-being, and healing. And for our first Dharma talk today, we will have Sister Nghiem. She is a senior Dharma teacher of Plum Village and was the abbess of New Hamlet. And Sister Nghiem is now accompanying our teacher Tay in Tu Hieu Temple in Huế, Vietnam, where our teacher Tay first ordained as a novice monk nearly 80 years ago. So now let us stand up and join our palms to welcome Sister Nghiem. Thank you.
Dear Thai, dear Sangha, Sister Tại Nghiem told you that right now we are in Huế with Thai, and you see behind me is the trees, the sky, the cloud of Huế. And right at this spot, this morning, Thai also had sun bath. I wanted to show you the lotus pond down there because this is now it's the season of lotus. Maybe at the end we will have a short walking meditation down to the lotus pond. There are lots of pink lotuses down there. And last week, I went to the bell tower, and from there, I contemplated the pink lotuses. They are beautiful. We here there's a big lotus pond like in the lower hamlet or upper hamlet. And if you are quiet and you make a few mindful breaths, you can feel the energy of our patriarchs, of Thai's teacher and Thai's teachers' teachers. This land is very sacred. Everyone who comes can feel the energy. I would like to share with you today our practice of awareness. You know that Richard Davidson, who is a professor of psychology and psychiatry at the University of Wisconsin-Madison in the US. He studied and worked in Harvard University. And right now he's the chair, sorry. Thank you. Now he's the founder and the chair of the Center of Healthy Minds in the United States. And he outlined 4 components of well-being that we can train for our well-being and our health. And he outlined those 4 components: awareness, connection, insight, and purpose. And he has shown studies that proves that when we improve those 4 components, we are healthier, we are happier, and there's some change in our brain. And more than 2,600 years ago, the Buddha taught us how to train our awareness. This morning at sitting meditation, the first exercise we practiced was about awareness of your breathing. When I breathe in, I know I'm breathing in. When I breathe out, I know I'm breathing out. This is an exercise that helps us develop our awareness. And Professor Davidson also mentioned a study that found that 47% of American adults are not paying attention to what they are doing. And those people are less happy. And this study shows that when we don't pay attention, when we are often distracted in our daily life, when we have this habit, we are not happy. And I remember about 10 years ago, I read an article. That article said that now most of the children at school, they have to wear glasses. And it's not because they found out that it's not because they are nearsighted, but they lost the ability to focus, their pupils, because they play video games so much that they have the habit to, their eyes have the habit to jump from one thing to another constantly. And they have lost the capacity to focus on one point. And that's why their eyes, the capacity of their eyes is less, and they have to wear glasses. And more in our society, we lose our capacity to focus, to be focused. We run all the time, not only with our mind, with our body, but also the way we look, the way we say, the way we speak. We always run, and we lose our capacity to pay attention, to focus. Many professors, many teachers also said the same thing. This generation, the generation of the students today, their capacity to pay attention is much less than the past generations. And 2,600 years ago, the Buddha showed us how to practice awareness, how to practice to focus our attention. When I breathe in, I know I'm breathing in. When I breathe out, I know I'm breathing out. And awareness is awareness of something. And why the Buddha taught us awareness of breathing. We have a very, very important sutra to study, is the Sutra on Awareness of Breathing. So awareness of breathing is, why is it so important? When we study culture of India, we learned that in ancient India, they said that breathing helps us bring what was known as life force or vital energy. And in China, they call life force as qi. So Indian people and Chinese people, they talk a lot about life force, vital energy, and qi. This is something very important for our well-being. And when we breathe with intention, we can focus that energy for the clarity of thinking and meditation. And the awareness of breathing can help us balance our minds, our moods, can help us live better and longer. This is in what we learn from ancient Indian culture and Chinese culture. And you know, when you study yoga, when you practice Qigong, Tai Chi, yoga, you know it. Awareness of breathing is the most important thing. It's the leader of all the poses and postures. And the Buddha also gave us very clear and easy, simple exercises to improve our awareness of breathing. And the first thing, very simple, children can also do it. When you breathe in, you know you are breathing in. When you breathe out, you know you are breathing out. Can our sister invite a sound of the bell so that we all can just relax and enjoy this exercise again? And have you noticed that when you stop thinking and when you just come back to yourself and when you're aware of your breathing, you feel that your body and mind are together. You are the best of yourself. You are yourself. You are not just half or one third, but you are really yourself. You can feel your breath. You can feel your body. You can feel your person. And this is the first thing you can do to come back to yourself, to come back home, to be aware of yourself and to stop running around somewhere else. Your mind is with your body and you are yourself. A few weeks ago, I read a magazine printed in the United States, Life Experience. And an article wrote about Greg LeMond. He's a cyclist, American cyclist, and he was the first non-European who won the Tour de France. And when he won the Tour de France, many people were very curious because it was the first time an American non-European cyclist won the Tour de France. It was in 80 something. It was in 86. He won 3 times, 86, 89, and 90. So many American people were very happy, excited, and they wanted to know how he did and what was his tactic, his secret to win it. And they found out that his secret was not about weightlifting or running, but his secret was breathing, his technique of breathing. We all think that We just need to make deep breath to inhale as much as oxygen as possible. And it's the best thing in the breathing. But Greg LeMond, he also breathed out. When he breathed out, he made very long and deep out breaths to really empty his lungs, to make a vacuum in his lungs so that the next out breath, he can get as much as air as possible, as much air as possible, as much oxygen as possible. And researchers have also found that not only oxygen is very fundamental, very important for our well-being, but also CO2 is very important. It's essential to our body as any vitamin. And they wrote in the Encyclopedia of Medicine that CO2 is the chief hormone of the entire body. It is the only one that is produced by every tissue and that probably acts on every organ. It's not just waste. We need it to separate oxygen from hemoglobin and maintain our blood's pH balance and enhance blood vessel dilation to facilitate blood flow. And the way he breathed, he tried to use his complete lung capacity and fully employ his diaphragm. And the researchers said that this is also called belly breathing because our belly moves in response to our diaphragm's action and the corresponding intake of air. So in a different way to say, LeMond, he practiced also belly breathing. Okay, now we will go one by one, the exercises that we do in Plum Village. The first exercise we did is to be aware, just to be aware of our in-breath and out-breath, awareness of breathing. We don't need to force our breath. We don't need to try hard to make long breaths or deep breaths. We are just relaxed and breathe the way we usually breathe. If we are tired and our breaths are short, we just breathe. We just take short breaths. We don't need to fight with our breath. We are just aware. We bring our awareness to our breath, the way we breathe normally, the normal way we are breathing. We are just aware. And if our breaths are short or long, we are aware that they are short or they are long. And just with the awareness, we notice that because we start running with our body, we are relaxed, we just bring our awareness to our breathing. After a while, we notice that our breath calm down. Our breath naturally become deeper. But there's one thing that the researcher they have also found. That I didn't know before. I didn't know why after a while our breath calm down like that. And I just read a study saying that our breathing, because our breathing affects and it's affected by our autonomic nervous system. Our lungs' lower lobes contain nerves connected to the parasympathetic nervous system. It means the rest and digest part. And when we start running and we just sit down or even while walking and we are aware of our breathing, and naturally our breaths calm down and we can touch, with our breathing, we can touch those nerves that are in our lungs' lower lobes. And those breaths can activate these nerves and relax our body, and it can help digestion and calm our mind. The scientists, they have studied and they proved that. And that's why we don't need to force, we don't need to make efforts, but naturally when our breath calm down, slow down, and we touch those nerves and we affect our nervous system, we can calm down our nervous system and our whole body. And vice versa, that nervous system also help us calm down our mind and our body. When we are aware of our breath, we don't think, and we just follow our breath from the beginning to the end. If halfway we think of something else, and by practicing with our friends, our sisters, our Sangha, we are reminded to come back. At the beginning, it may be difficult because we keep forgetting. Halfway, we think of something else, we leave our breath. But thanks to our friends, our Sangha, online or not online, we are reminded and it becomes easier. We are constantly reminded when we see a sister or a friend, she's mindful, she's making mindful steps, she's making mindful breaths. We can see, and by seeing them, we remember, and we come back to our mindful breathing. And this is the advantage to practice together. And I'm very impressed that even during this difficult time, many of us get together to practice. Even though we cannot physically come together, but we still can come together online to practice together, to get to be supported by this collective energy that we can feel. Even online, we can feel, and we can get benefit from seeing our friends, our sisters practicing with us. And we are very lucky because with this high technology today, we can do it, we can make it. If it happened 20 years ago, maybe we couldn't do it. But nowadays, we can make it. I'm very grateful for my sisters who organize, who work very hard and organize so that we can still come together and practice. When we continue to be aware of our breath, constantly we forget and then we come back, and we are aware of the quality of the length of our breath. We can be aware of how we breathe in through our nose or our mouth. We can feel the air coming in through our nostrils. And we remember the time, sometime when our nose is stuck, we have to breathe with our mouth. We cannot breathe with our nose. And it was not as pleasant as breathing through the nose. Scientists, they also study and they found that by breathing through the nose is much more beneficial than through the mouth. We can make fewer breaths through our nose to get as much as oxygen, energy, and vital force. And it can it can help us calm down our body and mind faster than breathing through the mouth. It's amazing. This is something I have learned from the studies. And when we are aware of the way we breathe, we are also aware of our body. We are aware of our nose, of our throat, of our chest. When we're breathing, our chest moves. We can be aware also of our belly. And sometimes we don't feel well, and naturally there's some instinct. We make a deep breath and we can feel our belly rising. At the beginning, we are aware of our breathing. And if we continue, naturally we are aware of our body, because our breathing is done with our body, with our nose, with our chest, with our diaphragm, our belly. And by bringing our attention, our awareness to our body, we can feel it and it becomes calmer. Since our teacher is sick, I look for books to read about neurology, about rehabilitation, And it's amazing. I learned a lot. And they also said that mindful breathing, or you can say either mindful breathing or breathing with intention, it makes your brain connect and it helps recovery. Sometimes just by breathing with mindfulness and you focus your attention on the part of your body that is paralyzed, you can recover with mindful breathing, with your intention. And the Buddha has taught us how to use our mindful breathing to be aware of our body and to bring nourishment and healing to our body. You will have the practice of total relaxation. You will practice awareness of breathing and of your body parts. And just with your mindful breath and your attention, you can calm down each part of your body. You can bring energy. You can bring nourishment and healing to each part of your body. And this is the next exercise on breathing. The first one is, you know already, breathing in. I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out. I know I'm breathing out. And then your awareness, when your awareness stays with your breathing, you go further. You are aware of the length of your in-breath and out-breath. Breathing in, I know this is a short breath or a long breath. Breathing out, I know this is a short or a long breath. A shallow or a deep breath. You are aware of the quality of your breathing. And if you maintain your awareness of your breathing, naturally you are aware of your body. When your body is agitated, the breaths are short, it's not calm. When your breaths are deep and calm, you feel your body is also peaceful and calm. You feel your chest, you feel your belly. When your in-breath is deep, it goes down to the belly, you can feel it. When we have strong emotions, when we feel suffocated up here, and naturally, even no one tells us we want to make a deep breath, because if we feel suffocated, we want to make a deep breath. And by making the deep breath, we touch the nerves down in our lungs, and we activate our nervous system that helps us calm down our body and mind. So the next exercise is breathing in. I'm aware of my body. Breathing out, I'm aware of my body. Even if you don't know this exercise, you just maintain your sorry, I just heard the translation or something. Even if you don't know the third exercise, by maintaining your awareness of breathing, naturally you are aware of your body. And when a sister gives the guided meditation, when she helps you and she says, breathing in, I'm aware of my body. Breathing out, I feel my body. She helps you to direct your attention, your awareness to your body in case if you are not aware of it yet. You can feel your nose, your shoulders, your chest, your belly, and if you feel any tension in your shoulders, you notice that there's a tension in my body. And when you are aware of this tension, naturally you will relax. You will relax your shoulders. And if you don't relax, the guided meditation will help you. Breathing in, I'm aware of the tension in my body. Breathing out, I release all the tension in my body. We can listen to the sound of the bell, and together we breathe mindfully and bring our awareness to our body. I was struck by the study mentioned by Professor Davidson when they said that those who don't pay attention to what they are doing, they are people, they are less happy people. And I was very impressed by this study because not only they study about the awareness, the attention of people, but they connect the capacity to pay attention with happiness in daily life. When we are not aware of what's going on in us and around us, we are not aware of what is nourishing, what is beautiful around us. We are caught in our worries, in our anger, we are caught in ideas and we don't see what is beautiful in us and around us. And that's why in Plum Village, when we come to Plum Village or when we attend a retreat online with Plum Village, one thing that we learn to train ourselves is to nourish ourselves in our daily life with beautiful things in us and around us. Sometimes we don't have the energy to see beautiful things. I know many people, including my family members, we are so used to looking at things to be fixed, to be effective. We need to see things to be fixed, and we need to fix things as quickly as possible to be effective. And slowly we get the habit to look at mistakes, errors, what is wrong, and what is right. We see that we take it for granted. Of course, it should be like that. It should be this way. So I don't need to pay attention. But awareness is awareness of ourselves, of what is around us, what is beautiful, nourishing, so that we can we can establish the balance in our daily life. There are always both sides in life, beautiful and not beautiful. And if we just focus on what is wrong, we suffer. Everything is dark around us. And if you study Zen, I said study Zen before coming to Plum Village. If you read books, if you read stories of Zen masters, you see that Zen masters are those who enjoy the beauty of life the most. And they enjoy everything around them and in them. The blue sky, the trees, the green leaves. What is right there in front of us, they enjoy. We don't need to go far to be on vacation, to go to the mountain. We can stay where we are and enjoy what is right here in front of us and in us. We don't wait until we lose something in order to know, to appreciate and treasure it. If we are aware, we can enjoy it right away. Before the the COVID, when I stay in Thailand or in Hue, I could never attend a retreat. But now I can attend a retreat with my sisters, with my friends, with you all. And every time I see my sisters, I see you, I'm so grateful that even during difficult times, we can still practice together. Our whole world is going through very difficult moments. And sometimes we have the feeling that our species, as human beings, we feel very threatened. we feel very threatened. 2 years have passed, we feel threatened. And we see that we, as a species, we haven't done our best, and we are not our best. We have everything to be our best. We have our breathing. We see that to be our best, like Greg LeMond, to win the Tour de France, he trained himself with the breathing technique to win something. And in other sport, maybe others also use the breathing technique to win. And how many people use the breathing technique for our own happiness, for our well-being? And the Buddha has taught us this 2,600 years ago, just for our nourishment and healing, for our well-being, for our happiness. And during this time, I feel that our species, we need to be our best. We need to use all these treasures to be our best, because so far we are not our best. And if we use all those practices, all these exercises and this practice to be our best, we can be it for people in India, we can be it for our whole species, because our species is in danger. And during this time, we understand the truth of interbeing. We cannot deny, no one can deny the truth of interbeing. We are inter-are. And if I'm my best, if I do my best, if I'm my best, it's for everyone. It's for our whole species, all the human beings. We don't need to win anything. Our ultimate concern is well-being and happiness. Do you agree with me? And our and this practice is very simple. We can do it at any time. We don't need to spend more time. We don't need to buy. We don't need to spend money to buy it. Awareness of breathing. Everyone, we have equal chance. Either we are poor or rich. Either we are in Vietnam or in France or in the United States. We all have equal chance. And breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I relax my whole body. I'm aware that I'm still alive. I can breathe easily. I have enough oxygen. And I'm breathing mindfully with intention, with inner strength. For my friends in India, I do it for my friends on the other side of the planet. I don't do it for myself, I do it for many other people. On the other side of the planet, people die, and one part of me is also dying. And when I breathe, I also breathe for them. Now I see myself as one drop of water in the whole river or the whole ocean. Whatever we do for many other people. And when we maintain our awareness of breathing, of our body, we will discover many other things. We will be aware of our feelings because we can, with our body, we can also feel. We can be in touch with our feelings. I remember when I was a novice in the New Hamlet. It was in 97. I came back from a US tour with Thai. I came back to the New Hamlet, and shortly after my coming back, Sister Jung Đức, Sister Annabelle, she left for Green Mountain Dharma Center. And I was very sad. I was very sad because when I became a nun, even though even though I didn't spend much time hanging around or sitting with my sister, Annabelle, but my sister was like my idol. I went to her class of Pali, of Sanskrit, of Sutra. I study whatever class she taught, I went to her class. And every day I saw how she walked, how she practiced, and I looked up at her. And when somebody asked me, okay, when you get older, who do you like to be like? And I always said, Sister Annabelle, Sister Jingdit. She's my idol. And when we started to have a Green Mountain Dharma Center, Thai sent her to be abbess of the new center. And I was sad in the new hamlet. I felt very sad. And I remember I went to Thai and I asked Thai, please let Sister Jingdit come back with us. And one day Thai said, okay, Thai will ask her to come back and Thai will go there. If she comes back to the new hamlet, and Thai will have to go to the Green Mountain Dharma Center. And when Thai said it, I kept quiet because I didn't want Thai to go either. And I was that sadness, and I found out that, of course, I was very sad because my sister left for another center, but later on, I found out that that sadness has some root in my childhood. When I was in Vietnam, I was born in Vietnam, And my older sisters that I love, one day they left. They were boat people and they left. And because I was very young, I was very young with my younger sister and my brother. So we stay home with our parents. And later my parents found a way for all of us to fly to France. And so my three older sisters stay in they were refugees in the US. And with my parents, my brother and my younger sister, we, my parents found a way and we flew to France to become refugee in France. So our family was split into two, half in the US and half in France. And I remember when my sisters left home, I was very sad. The house was so empty. And when we were in the West, half in the US and half in France, we got together every summer holiday and we were so happy being together. And then at the end of the summer, we were separate again. My sisters went back to the US, or I went back to France to go to school, and I was very sad. That sadness was very deep, being separated from our sisters, our beloved sisters, our beloved ones. And first I couldn't feel, I, I didn't know the root of that sadness. But thanks to the practice of being aware of our breathing and then slowly of our body, aware of our feeling, I could see the root of my pain, of my suffering. And many feelings, many suffering have deep roots from our childhood. And if we are not aware, how can we transform? And the Buddha is so pedagogic. Step by step, he shows us the first exercise is simple, easy. The first step for us to practice, and then slowly we can go further, further. Everyone, we all breathe 24 hours a day, so it's very easy to be aware of it. Our breathing is there at any time, but our feelings, not all the time, our feelings are there for us to observe, to be aware of. And if we are not used to our breathing, if we are not used to be aware of our breathing and then our body, how can we recognize when our feeling comes up or our emotion? We cannot run away from our painful feelings all the time. If we don't want to deal with our painful feeling, we can run away, but they are always there. And if we are not strong enough, when they jump up, we are not ourselves anymore, and those painful feelings can control the situation and destroy everything. So step by step, the Buddha helps us in the practice. If we cannot be mindful or be aware of our breathing, it will be impossible for us to deal with our strong emotion or our suffering when it jumps up. And because we always forget, if we are not familiar to the practice, it's very easy to forget mindful breathing. And the Buddha, our teachers, have found all the ways to help us. Thầy wrote many beautiful poems. For those who love poetry, you can recite poetry, or you can sing songs, the songs that our sisters sang, breathing in, breathing out. I'm blooming as a flower. For those who like music, you can sing songs. For those who love poetry, you can recite poems to pull your attention, to pull your mind back to your body and to your action. There are 100 poems for each action in our daily life. When we wake up, we can enjoy a poem, a beautiful poem, to bring our awareness, our attention to what we are doing. Waking up this morning, I smile. "24 brand new hours are in front of me, are right there, and I make the vow to look at all beings with the eyes of compassion." Usually I recite this poem in Vietnamese, so I don't know in English what I said, whether it's the correct version, whether it's beautiful, like the poem in Vietnamese that I usually recite. I just said, I just told you the meaning. And we have 100 poems like that for everything we do during our daily life. If you love poetry, you can learn those poems, or you can write poems and put everywhere to remind you. When you open the faucet to get water, you have a beautiful poem. To be aware of your action, to be aware of the water that comes from very deep from the earth, or very high from the mountain, and all the way this water comes to your hand, and when we remember it with this poem, naturally we feel so much gratitude, and we feel happy when we open the faucet, when we have running water to use right away when we need. We feel happy and grateful. So awareness brings happiness to us in our daily life. And we are aware of what is nourishing, beautiful, but we are also aware of what is painful. We are aware of our strong emotions, our suffering. And if we are used to coming back to our mindful breathing, to be aware of what's going on in us, when a strong emotion or sadness comes up, we can practice belly breathing, not to win the Tour de France like Le Mans, but to embrace our strong emotion, our painful feeling. We practice belly breathing to be solid, to get anchored. We are like a tree. And if we go down to our roots, to our belly, to our feet, to our root, we are more solid. We don't stay up here at the level of our intellect. We don't, like a tree, when there's a storm, the tree doesn't stay only at the top of the tree. The tree, thanks to the root, deep down in the soil, the tree can stand the storm. And we can do like the tree. When a strong emotion comes up, when we are aware of our body and we can feel suffocated in our chest, or we can feel the pain in our stomach. The strong emotion is coming up. And then we can just stay still and put our hand on our belly and focus breathing in. My hand can feel my belly rising. Breathing out, I can feel my belly falling. And I just focus on belly breathing. I'm aware of my body. I'm aware of my deep breath. And I know that my deep breath is touching the nerves that calm my body and my feelings. My breathing calms me down. And my nervous system is also calming me down. And I continue the belly breathing to embrace, to lullaby my strong feeling, my strong emotion. I can continue to do like this for 5 minutes, 15 minutes. That's what I did with my sadness, with my deep sadness. Let's listen to a sound of the bell and practice together belly breathing. Can you feel your body, your belly, and your deep breath? We can also practice it when we walk. when we walk, we can do our belly breathing. And at the same time, we can feel with our feet, we can feel the floor, the earth, and we can channel our energy down to our feet, to the earth. The strong feelings, the strong emotions, we channel them down to the earth, and Mother Earth can receive it and transform it into flowers, into trees, into green leaves. In this retreat, we will have total relaxation. We will have touching of the earth. We will learn other techniques to help us be in touch, be aware, be in touch with ourselves, with what is nourishing and healing in ourselves and around us, and also to deal with what is negative, like painful feelings, strong and painful emotions. Today, we talk about those first 4 exercises of breathing, the foundation of meditation. And you will have more activities, and you will listen to more Dharma talks to go further. And those exercises are just the first steps for you to enjoy. And anytime when you remember, please, anytime, any moment, come back to your breathing, be aware of it, enjoy your breathing. Be aware of your body in whatever position it is. And if you forget, you can download the mindfulness belt in your phone or in your laptop. You can install Plum Village apps on your phone, and every 15 minutes, you hear a sound of the bell that reminds you to come back to your mindful breathing. My phone, the mindfulness bell in my phone, every 15 minutes, I have stopped. I don't know whether you heard it. But here, it's here, and I have stopped every 15 minutes. And it helps me a lot. Once I was on the point to say something not very kind to my sister. I was irritated, and I was going to say something mean to her. And thanks to the bell, I stopped, because we agree in Plum Village. We agree that whatever we were doing, whatever we are doing or saying, when the sounds of the bell, when we hear it, we stop everything. So I was about to say something bad to my sister, and when I heard the sound of the bell, I stopped, and I had 3 breaths, even though I didn't want to, but I had to, because we agree to do it. The whole Sangha, the whole community, everyone does it. So I had to stop. And after breathing, I was so grateful to the bell. After some breaths, I felt, oh, I was carried away by some emotions. If I said it, I would have hurt my sister and I would have regretted. But thanks to the bell, I stopped at the right time and I didn't say it, so I didn't need to begin anew with her. I didn't need to say sorry. In this retreat, you will also hear about the practice of beginning anew. Now, I think it's time for me to stop. Do you, anyone has a question, an urgent question on what I have shared? If you have a very urgent question, you can ask. Otherwise, we can stop here. Or you like to go to see the pink lotus? Yes? Okay. I hope that the internet can go that far. In case if the internet is cut, I will use my phone. If halfway the internet is cut, I will use my phone. So don't. The sisters, this is around Thay's hut, around our teacher's hut. And this morning, he has enjoyed these trees, these leaves. So this is Thay's hut. And from Thay's hut, you can see the bell tower. And every morning and every evening, a brother invites the big bell for half an hour. Next to Thay's hut, there's a meditation hall where all Thay's attendants have sitting meditation every morning and every evening. You see the jackfruit? There are lots of jackfruits in this temple. And from here, we can hear our sisters chant in Yujam temple. And you hear the chanting. And usually the bell towers. And last week, I went here and from here, I enjoy the lotus pond. It's the end of so we more.
So, dear friends, so now we will enjoy 3 sounds of the bell before some announcement. So, dear beloved community and dear friends, thank you, Sister Nghiem, for your wonderful teaching that really inspire us to develop our practice of mindful breathing, to cultivate joy in our daily life, and take care of our strong emotions. And also thank you for guiding us a tour around Taste Hut so that we can really feel taste energy. Thank you, Suko. And dear friends, now the community is going to have a walk-in meditation outside. So you may feel like to leave your computer behind and enjoy getting out, getting in touch with the beauty of nature outside. And for the program this afternoon, we will have a session of total relaxation at 2 p.m. Paris time, followed by the Dharma sharing at 3:30 the Paris time. So now we will stand up and bow to Sister Nghiem to express our gratitude. Thank you.
Dạ con kính thưa quý sư cô, con xin